Since the dawn of computers, they have all been controlled with handheld devices. Even my first Nintendo back in the 1980s came with 2 wired controllers, and eventually that technology would move to 2 wireless controllers. But today, I'm excited to introduce you to the man behind computers, inputs, and the next step forward. I'm Patrick Moats. Welcome to this week's Tech Byte.
Tech Byte, sponsored by Epico's Comics, Cards, and Games.
This new company is called GLYDR. It was founded by a former game developer and a former head of Fanbyte Media. John Warren is now Chief Marketing Officer for GLYDR, and he's here to tell us how this technology is based on something else that we've all wanted since 1985.
My co-founder Rick, who is the inventor of GLYDR, he was watching his nephew on one of those hoverboards. He saw his nephew riding around on one of those things and was like, does this kind of motion, not that you can stand on GLYDR, but does this kind of motion exist in the digital world? And he did some research, and it turns out that really what's out there is just like kind of one single click, or they're like car pedals, so they're only going in one direction. And so he entered a contest to build a device to locomote in virtual reality, so full 3D space. And I think he won some awards for that. And then he started iterating on the idea, figured out it was great for video games, but had no experience in the video games realm. And that's how I came in. And I just like saw these, uses for it, and also a gap in the market. I think, different manufacturers have come out with alternative controllers, but they're designed for maybe 1 or 2 games, or they only give you a few different functions, or the software that comes with it is really finicky. We just felt like we could come in and disrupt that space, even as an independent.
Currently, you can find the company on Kickstarter. They made their initial funding goal in 40 minutes, but the campaign will run through the end of February. They're positioned for a fall release, so hopefully you can get your hands on a GLYDR before Christmas. GLYDR also helps people with certain physical challenges be able to use their feet to potentially game longer, but you don't have to be a gamer to get in line for one.
We think about gaming first, and that's the first audience we're really talking to. But a really cool byproduct of starting to have these conversations is that we would get follow-up questions. Hey, can I use this to scrub edit with my feet while I'm doing video productions? Yeah, you can do that. Someone asked us if they could do a live DJ set over Twitch with the foot controls while they can hype up the crowd and not necessarily have to use their hands and do stuff. We're like, yeah, you can do that.
According to John and his team, the device is patented, and ultimately, it's an extension of your keyboard and mouse. Right now, it's available for every PC game on the market, but other systems, he says, are coming soon. If you'd like more information about GLYDR, visit the address on our screen. Hey, if you have questions about today's Tech Byte, or there's something you'd like to see us cover, please email us. We would love to talk tech with you. I'm Patrick Moats. Thank you for joining us for this week's Tech Byte.
Tech Byte, sponsored by Epico's Comics, Cards, and Games.